Hello, everybody. Welcome back once more to Lucid9. I'm TheOutbackAl.
I'm hot for justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
And I'm TV Noob.
And someone might be marching off to their death.
Yep.
Very possibly.
Maybe.
Rui, we think that Yama may be the murderer, and Rui's off to go see her not-boyfriend, the murderer.
Yep.
Pop in, make sure that some nuclear disaster hasn't happened, pop out. Easy, right? I should stop asking rhetorical questions. They tend to give me the answers I don't want.
Uh-oh. We're being followed.
Huh?
You're being followed. I'm off in my apartment thinking about murder.
I turn around, peering down the road. Just normal people, normal cars, normal houses. Nothing out of the ordinary. I must just be really tired. Okay, what's going on? I try to walk closer to the street and blend into the crowd, but I swear that there's this constant shadow in the edge of my sight. No matter what way I turn, I can't seem to see it. There! Again!
We're glitching the Matrix.
I start to pick up the pace, weaving into more populated streets. Still there. Whatever's going on, I need to get out of here. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I swear that the shadow's actually following me.
You need to post up in a public place and call someone.
Yeah, right. I jog back to the school, only stopping to breathe when everything seems safe. No sign of that person, whoever they were. Good. Ah! What was that? It looked like they were behind the school, but that's not possible, is it? The only entrance is the gate. How did they get in without me seeing?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The figure starts running straight at me. I don't even have time to think. I immediately sprint away, heading back to the main street. Wait, it's coming right at me and I can't figure out what it is?
Yeah. I guess.
If anything can protect me, this crowd can. I grind to a halt somewhere in the mass of people gathered by the crosswalk. When I glance behind me, I still see the figure hanging around the edge of the buildings. I can't even get a distinct outline, but I swear that I see two glinting eyes in the shadows. And they seem to be looking right at me.
Call the police.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it is the police.
I shudder, pressing myself as close to the crowd as possible. Thankfully, when the stoplight turns green, the figure doesn't follow. But it's a little strange. Why does that person seem so familiar?
Oh, God, it's
I
Yama.
think it is.
It's Yama.
It's his dark side.
No.
It's evil Yama.
I come to a start... What? I come to a start with my head pounding terribly. Ugh, this must be what it's like to have a hangover.
Why?
My eyes absently scan the surroundings out of habit. City, nighttime, sitting on a bench, cool breeze and clear sky and weather that I would have enjoyed in different circumstances.
Oh, that's the
Oh, no,
it's
it's
me.
Yama.
Ah, that's right. I lapsed. I became Rui for a moment. I draw out my phone, almost lazily, my brain still fuzzy as I check the time. I'm like, why is Rui out in the middle of the night right now? 10 p.m. I've been out of it for... how many hours? 14?
Uh-oh.
The entire day gone. No record of where I went or what I've been doing.
I
check
Following
my bank
Rui.
I check my bank records on my phone. Nothing new.
Okay.
Photos, notes, calendar, nothing. Pockets, doesn't look like anything's stolen, at least nothing super important. No messages and no calls, whether incoming or outgoing, unless they've been deleted. Is that it? Ah, wait, there's something in my jacket pocket.
Oh, jeez.
It's a knife. I pull out a slim phone that's cool and smooth against my palm.
Well.
Right, the troublesome phone of Haru Banya. Haru Banya, who was brutally murdered. Haru Banya, who had the latest phone model. Haru Banya, who after being murdered somehow had his latest phone model make its way into my apartment. If this doesn't raise more than a few questions, nothing will. I don't seem to care. Why don't I seem to care? Well, I guess it's not like I'm going to get any answers by just standing around here. I should head back to my apartment, take another look, see if I missed anything, now that I'm actually thinking clearly. Almost a little too clearly, actually. What's this?
It's the police.
As I draw near to my apartment complex, I notice a line of police cars surrounding the entrance gate, lights flaring and sirens blaring. In the center of their lights stands none other than Shigure Enomoto, deep in the conference with the police officer I recognize from the little trip into the forest. As per usual, Shigure is practically screaming her lungs out with every word.
Are you not cognizant of the impetus by which I have come? Officer Kobayashi, the Bureau has contended that this student must be incarcerated under suspicion of recent homicides.
Who is Kobayashi?
I have no idea.
I forget.
I don't know.
So I am aware. I harbored my own suspicions.
And you contend that such an intellectually impaired ersatz for a humanoid sloth could possess the sophisticated genius necessary to orchestrate the mass murder of his associates.
Are they talking about Yahiko?
Yes.
I think they're
Wait, is she
talking
talking
about-
about me, or are they talking about me?
I don't know.
I think they were talking about both of them.
If the police are here, if the police are talking about me, they're waiting to arrest me. You know him more than I do. What is your opinion on the matter?
He was my errand boy.
Well, that's us.
Yep.
Yep.
You claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? A muscle in Shigure's jaw twitches. She stuffs her hands in her pockets and mutters something that I barely catch.
I'm not wrong.
Then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. What? Would she, Shigure, the legitimate detective, does she believe that I'm the killer?
Yes.
She wouldn't, right?
Yes, she does.
The emptiness in my chest promptly dissipates, replaced by pounding fear. If even Shigure believes it, doesn't that mean that it's true?
I agree.
She agrees. I agree. The universe agrees. I try to step back into the shadows, my feet fumble, and I clutch desperately at the wall, staring blankly before me. I'm glad we're on the same page. Now we'll submit a request to Lemniscate to track his phone.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. The time such an action would take is too substantial. Barring the convict conveniently shares his location with us, the process can take up to 48 hours.
Then we better get started. He motions
He's
to several
far
officers
too cheery.
standing by. They gather around
Yeah.
him in a loose circle.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Wordlessly, I turn on my heels and sprint away. Where to? I can't even say. My shoes seem to move automatically, even as my mind stands still. Corner here, turn here, stop here. Yeah, that's right. I'm not just an ordinary high school student who woke up from an overlong nap. I'm a murder suspect, a guilty conscience, someone who holds the phone of the murder victim in his hand after the victim's death. Shigure, she's not the type to lie to protect someone. I should have expected that answer from her. Then, if I accept it, shouldn't I be turning myself in? I grind to a halt at the subway platform, sliding into the nearest bench. Alone in a crowd. Isn't that the expression? Hanging around in public is probably the worst place for me to be. As soon as they get a hold of my picture, my face will be broadcasted across the nation. Who knows? Maybe it's already posted on Patter. Maybe Masaki or Yahiko have already stumbled across it, and like Shigure, just like Shigure, turning, one by one. Not a friend, not an errand boy, not an academy student, a murder convict. Why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't they all just go? Because you're not guilty. The voice is almost deafening in my ear, in my head, resounding in every corner of my brain. I almost start at the sound. But what I want doesn't matter. The evidence says otherwise. Killings happen at night. The culprit, someone who knows the security procedures of the academy well. Someone who can fake sanity too well. What if, when I'm sleeping, my personality changes and I get up, sneak across town?
Yep.
You know that's not true. Alright, that's enough. I close my eyes and quiet my thoughts, waiting for an image to materialize. Sure enough, a familiar figure steps onto the scene. What are you doing here?
I'm here to bail you out, kid.
You know, last time I checked, you were supposed to be keeping me sane, not, putting voices in my head.
Ha! I can only keep you sane if there's any sanity to keep, kid.
Touché.
You know what you're feeling right now? That's dissociation. You're subconsciously alienating yourself from your own emotions due to anticipating future trauma.
I know what dissociation is. I like it.
You what?
It's a painkiller. What isn't there to like?
Snap out of it, kid. You can only get to the bottom of this if you dedicate yourself to it 100%. You can't be afraid to feel.
I hope you know how cheesy you sound right now.
Will it make you feel?
Feel what? Exasperation?
You can't give up, kid. Not now.
Why not? What's there to discover? That I'm a murderer? A fugitive from justice?
Look, do you honestly believe that you're the murderer?
Yes.
Well, clearly you actually don't, or you wouldn't have dragged me here. You've got my time for now, kid. Make it worth it.
I start a little at the accuracy of this Ryota. I must have spent way too much time with him. So, the null hypothesis is that I'm the serial killer, and the working hypothesis is that I'm not.
Good start, good start. What does that mean?
It means that I just need to find evidence that I'm not the killer.
But you won't settle for that, will you? You want to find out who's really behind all this.
I might not even know him.
You're kidding, right? There's this huge piece of evidence hanging right in front of you that... Meh, you know what? It's more fun if I just watch you figure it out on your own.
I find myself becoming intrigued. How much do I know that I think I don't? And have to solve what the police, with all their resources and brainpower and authority, still can't?
This music slaps.
It's a good soundtrack on here.
The police are limited by a little something called bureaucracy, you know. Besides, remember your advantage.
My advantage? Over the police?
You have a core piece of evidence that they know nothing about. What might that be?
Cell phone!
The victim's phone.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Dashing good
looks.
Victim psychological
Funniest
profiles.
phone.
Yeah, definitely the phone. I have Haru's phone right here with me because it was in my apartment.
Bingo, the police don't have his phone in their physical possession. Not like you. They don't have the same hints. Now, to be fair, they were buzzing around your apartment like vultures around a cadaver, so something definitely attracted their suspicion. But it's not like anyone else was at Haru's murder beside you and the killer, at least no one who witnessed it firsthand.
Not only that, but the police didn't come into my apartment until just today. I found this phone just tucked away in my apartment. It had to have gotten there somehow. So, whoever put the phone in my apartment knows the code, since there were no signs of a break-in.
Oh, wait, don't Yahiko and Masato know the code?
So does Rui.
Yeah.
What if it's Rui?
And...
It's
maybe.
gotta be Yahiko. I mean, he's so suspicious.
But it almost seems too suspicious.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, what if it's Masato? Well, you're basically saying the killer is someone close to me because... What?
What if they're trying to frame us?
That's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
Ah!
Well, you're basically saying that the killer is someone close to me because they can access my apartment.
Yes, and...
You don't think that it could be... Oh, I don't know, me?
Oh, really? Then how did you lure the victims out even though you weren't close to them? Or why didn't you remember taking the phone from Haru, or removing its battery, or putting it in your drawer? Balance of probability remains that you would have remembered at least one of those events.
Even so.
We are not seriously entertaining this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde play, kid. You know your own medical reports. The lapses are a problem with your memory, not your behavior.
It could have changed since then.
Do you even know how sad it is that you're losing an argument with yourself? Just move on, kid. We've only got so much time.
Even I have to admit that it's an unlikely scenario. Right, so then what?
So assuming that you're not the reason why Haru's phone is in your apartment, then how did it get there?
Well, someone else had to have put it there.
Good. Who and why?
The killer, to frame me, that would have been the only other person with access to Haru's phone before the police arrived, and the police wouldn't have planted the phone in my apartment.
Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Even if you found the phone, the killer wanted to make certain that you wouldn't know what it was for. Why did that fail?
What?
Well, you found out it was Haru's phone because you turned it on. That was clearly not within the killer's plan.
So he's saying the killer didn't know about... So it can't be Yahiko. Yahiko would have known about you be able to activate the phone.
Yeah.
The wall charging feature. The killer must have taken out the battery, but he didn't know that I could power the phone just by plugging it into the wall charger.
Which means...
He knows about some technology, but not all. He knew enough to take out the battery, but not enough for the latest features.
So, Masato?
Maybe.
Could be.
Or Rui.
Huh, good going. You might actually solve this for real. See, you already know one thing about the killer that the police don't.
Hooray, let's throw a party.
Ah, suck it up, kid. There's another weird thing about Haru's case that you need to remember. Happen to know what it is?
Time of death, method of death, location of death.
Location? Because, I mean, we were talking a lot about District 6.
I mean, the method of death is definitely not it. They've been cut up all the time. Time doesn't really make sense because it's at night. Location of death might mean something. Because weren't the other ones all killed in the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was killed
Or
in
at least
an alley.
moved to the forest.
Yeah.
No, probably killed, because there was a lot more blood.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll have to find out next time.
Ah!
Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and feel free to check out some of our other gaming videos, our weekly podcast, Anime Yay or Nay, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!